But anyway, okay, so there was this story in this angel book. It's two super short pages, and I want to read it because it's from this little chapter called Angels Serve as Guardians. And all of these stories, I'm sitting here reading them, and my eyes are just getting wider and wider and wider until I text you, and I'm like, bruv, I have a fucking story I gotta read you, and we gotta do a podcast episode on this, okay? So here's one story. I'll read it to you. You're going to see why my eyes are getting wide when I read it to you.
Let's hear it.
So this one's called Armed Guards. It says, while serving at a small field hospital in Africa, a medical missionary traveled every 2 weeks by bicycle through the jungle to a nearby city for supplies. This required camping overnight halfway. On one of these trips, the young man saw two men fighting in the city. One was seriously injured, so he treated him and witnessed to him of the Lord Jesus Christ. He then returned home without incident. Upon arriving in the city several weeks later, the missionary was approached by the man he had treated earlier. The man revealed this startling information. We knew that you carried money and medicine. Some friends and I followed you into the jungle knowing you would camp overnight. We waited for you to go to sleep and planned to kill you and take your money and drugs. Just as we were about to move
Party
into your
time.
campsite, we saw that you were surrounded by 26 armed guards. The missionary laughed at this point and said he was certainly all alone out in that jungle campsite. The young man pressed the point. No, sir, I was not the only one to see the guards. My friends also saw them, and we all counted them. It was because of those guards that we were afraid and left you alone. When the missionary told this story to the members of his home church, one of the men jumped up and interrupted the missionary. Can you tell me the exact date when this happened? He asked. The missionary thought for a while and recalled the date. The man in the congregation then related the following. On that night in Africa, it was morning here. I was preparing to play golf. As I put my bag in the car, I felt the Lord leading me to pray for you. In fact, the urging was so strong that I called the men of this church together to pray for you. Will all of those men who met with me that day please stand? The men who had met that day to pray together stood. Can you guess how many of them there were? 26. Because the guy said that there were 26 armed guards surrounding him in the forest.
That's interesting.